Hope Chapel friends. This, for many of you, is a familiar sight as we're heading into the building. And I just wanted to kind of address some of the ideas that so often we think of the church as this building. And you and I know that that is not the case. And so I want to invite you, even though you can't leave your homes right now, to join me inside, and we'll just take a minute to kind of look at a passage together and talk about what the church truly is. Well, welcome inside Hope Chapel. For some of you, this feels like coming to church. It's home. For others, this may be the first time you have been inside our church, or the first time you have been inside any church at all. And we want you to have that experience of what our worship space looks like. Now, there is a misnomer that the church is the building. And the reality is that that is not the case. I want to share a passage with you quick, and it's 1 Corinthians 3:16. And it says, "Don't you know that you yourselves are God's temple, and that God's Spirit lives in you?" Let me read it again. "Don't you know that you yourselves are God's temple, and that God's Spirit lives in you?" A couple of weeks ago, my wife and I were in Israel, and we stood at the ruins of the temple. Now, that temple was built by Solomon. And God was saying to David before Solomon and to Solomon, I don't really want this. This temple is not really my dwelling place. God was a God of the tabernacle, a tent that would move around. And I think for us, we often drive the stakes deep on our tent. And we think of the building as being our temple, our place of God's residence, that this is the church. When in reality, we are called to be the church outside of these walls, in our community, in our families, and how we love one another. This passage written by Paul in 1 Corinthians says, "Don't you know that you yourselves are God's temple?" That is encouraging. That means that wherever we go, whether we go to Daryl's for pizza, or we go to the Corral for ice cream, or we go to the racetrack on Saturday nights, we take God with us. We are his temple. So in the midst of this whole coronavirus thing, I want to encourage you, be the temple. Go and be God's people. Call each other. Send texts to one another. I saw Karen Barrett posted family or school materials that families could use with kids at home. And Steph Weber posting an exercise video that parents could do with their kids. Gail Beardsley and Janet Phillips wanting to pray and to provide humor, and Sarah Marsh doing the same thing. We've had folks that have asked questions and said, how can I be a part of church, be a part of your church? And we want to be the church outside of these walls. So invite your friends to view with us. Invite them to join us on Sunday morning, 9 o'clock. We will be on our Hope Chapel Facebook page, and it'll be on our Hope Chapel website at hopechapelfmc.com. And come check it out. See what church is and what the people are all about.